The Koreans have been in Hawaii for over 120 years. Like the Chinese and the Japanese, being in isolation in the middle of the ocean, they have developed their own identity, slightly different from other Koreans in Korea. One of the best examples of this is my favorite local Korean dish, Meat Jun. We need to start with some beef. Almost any cut will do, ribeye, chuck, sirloin. In my case, I'm going to use crossrib, just because that looked good in the store. Try to cut it across the grain so that the beef will be more tender. Some restaurants I know minimize their cost by giving you the thinnest slice of beef possible. Even the egg batter is thicker than the meat. It's like that lady from those old Wendy's commercials. Where's the beef? For this homemade version, we're shooting for about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch. Had a frustrating day? Nothing more satisfying than smashing a few cloves of garlic with a big cleaver. You don't even have to hit it that hard. The weight of the cleaver does the job nicely. It makes peeling the garlic so simple, as the skin will just slip right off afterwards. Besides meat and garlic, we're going to marinate the beef with some shoyu or soy sauce. You could use Korean soy sauce here, but this is a very local dish, so I'm going with our own local shoyu, Aloha Shoyu. Does it really taste different than, say, Japanese style kikkoman or Chinese style likamki? You bet! Rice wine, in this case siuxingjiao, tenderizes the meat, as well as eliminates any gamey odor. You've probably seen me cutting fresh green onion from my yard in other videos. Since we're just marinating beef, the fresh frozen ones work just fine. And just a spoonful of sugar to sweeten it all up. Like all Asian foods, it's all about the balance between sweet, salty, tangy, and other flavors. Now, just massage the marinade in. And leave it overnight to soak in. The batter for this is so simple, just some flour and egg. Unlike, say, katsu or tempura, for meat jun, you really want to taste the egg. It's almost more like an omelet than a batter. In Korea, the original dish is called Pajeon. But Pajeon traditionally is just an egg pancake or egg battered seafood, not meat. In fact, when I had a Korean friend visiting from the mainland, she didn't even recognize this dish. But meat jun is absolutely a local Korean favorite. Then we fry it up on medium heat for about 2 minutes on each side. Unlike pork or chicken, since it's beef, we're not worrying much about it being too rare. You just want it to stay tender and juicy. And with this egg batter, you're not really going for a crispy crunchy like a katsu. You really want that nice fried egg taste to come out. There are two types of Meat Jun sauce that I'm making here. The traditional version of Meat Jun sauce is just a blend of shoyu, some rice vinegar, though there are some restaurants that use too much vinegar because they want the tartness to come out against the fattiness of the meat and egg, and a bit of sugar to sweeten it up. Being diabetic, I've found that sugar substitute works fine when making the sauce. Again, it's all about the balance between salty, sweet, and tangy. But my favorite version of the sauce swaps out the shoyu with gochujang instead. To be honest, gochujang is my favorite hot sauce. I like it better than Thai sriracha, Cajun Tabasco, or even Mexican Tapatio. Because it's not just spicy, it's sweeter, and it has a wonderful fermented bean undertone. But I also love the thick texture and mouthfeel. Here though, we're mixing it with the vinegar, some sugar, and a little bit of sesame oil to give it an even smoother texture. I just want to slather this stuff on everything. Okay, let's make some veggies to go with this. Since the Meat Jun and all those sauces is gonna be very bold and flavorful, we want a simpler vegetable to pair it with. Some simple cabbage would do the trick nicely, but I'll enhance the cabbage with a nice earthy umami with sesame seeds. Cut 1-inch wedges of cabbage and remove the hard cores. Instead of frying it in canola oil or olive oil, to amp up that sesame flavor, I'm going to fry it straight in sesame oil. As a vegetable, we don't need to use such high heat. We really just want to wilt the cabbage so that it doesn't have that raw taste and isn't so hard, but it should still have some crunch to it. My pot won't fit the whole head all at once, but I can cook half of it and it will shrink enough to add the other half. You can add some salt if you want. But the real flavor here is sesame. So besides the sesame oil, I'm going to add in some roasted sesame seeds. It's such a simple vegetable, but try it and you'll be amazed at how flavorful the sesame makes the cabbage. The subtle umami of it pairs so well with the bold flavors of the Meat Jun. Okay, it just wouldn't be a Korean dinner without some kimchi. It's a must-have. Luckily, the #1 store nearby is a hidden gem. It has some of the best kimchi on island, It even won the Best of Honolulu Kimchi Award. The owner is the nicest Korean man who lives right above his store. Just look how golden and mouth-watering that looks. Oh man, that is so good. It also wouldn't be a proper Korean dinner with only one banchan or side dish. Whoa, that kimchi packs a kick. But going back and forth between the fattiness of the meat and the egg and the tartness and spiciness of the kimchi, it's like an unending circle that I don't ever want to stop. And that sauce just puts it over the top. The Koreans who came over a century ago wove such a rich thread into our local cuisine. And I'm so happy that it became part of all of us. Until next time, Joy Kim and a hui ho.